There was a study that was done with 24 United States cities. Each city had populations of over 10,000 people. The study was done by the Transcendental Meditation Research Lab. The experiment was designed to see if that peace and balance somehow went beyond their physical bodies into the world around them. The results of this study were astounding. And what they showed was that during the window of time, when they went into their meditative states, statistically significant changes happened in the world around them. Emergency hospital room visits declined, traffic accidents declined, crimes against people declined. And here's the key, when they stopped what they were doing, all those statistics reversed. It illustrates a very powerful principle. The matrix, the field, is reflecting what it is that we have become in our body.
If you'll indulge me, I came across this paragraph. I'm going to read it as fast as I can. Like the addict, we have arranged our lives in such a way that the truth has a hard time getting through. We don't want to look too closely at where our food comes from the horrors of factory farming to the chemical ravages of industrial agriculture. We choose not to notice the toxic landfills, the mountains blasted apart from mining, or the waterways poisoned by the very medicines we think are healing us. We will recycle meticulously and make sure that our appliances are energy efficient, but don't try to tell us that alternative forms of energy are all, in one way or another, dependent on petroleum products, or that virtually nobody on the planet knows what to do with the radioactive waste from nuclear power plants. Ours is the rising anxiety of a culture hell-bent on ecocide. That is why we need so many different drugs to medicate us and electronic devices to distract us just to make it through an ordinary day. We don't want to stop. Meanwhile, we hope that some soon-to-be-discovered technology will miraculously clean up all the many messes we have made. But that is the hope of the addict, that we can go on forever as we have, despite the evidence that it is killing us.
This is insane, and I really want to talk about it. U.S. drinking water widely contaminated with forever chemicals. They've now released information saying that the contamination of U.S. drinking water with man-made forever chemicals is far worse than had been previously estimated. These chemicals are resistant to breaking down in the environment, and that's the word for them, but we can also refer to them as PFAS. They cause an onslaught of things such as cancers, liver damage, low birth weight, amongst other things. In 2018, they released information saying 110 million Americans may be contaminated by the PFAS, but now they are saying that that was far too low. They're also making it quite clear that it's nearly impossible to avoid contaminated drinking water from these chemicals. The Environmental Protection Agency has known of this since at least 2001. You can choose not to believe in pollution and climate change all you want, but things are happening, and people are getting sick. Something's gotta give.
Okay, so I'm officially so confused and a little bit afraid. I was just sitting in my car and I seen a TikTok a while ago of a girl taking a picture of the sky and then putting down like all these different settings, and then you could like see the stars, right? So I tried it in my car sitting in the parking lot. Didn't think it was gonna work or anything, but I did it. Out of my sunroof, just took a picture of that right there without this light in it. I used portrait mode, took a picture of the blackness right there. And when I messed with and edited the picture just on my iPhone, just turn up the brilliance and stuff, this is what it did. Okay, so this is the picture. I zoom in on it, show you what it's looking like. Does that not look like a microchip to you? And does that not look like someone wearing a goddamn clown mask? What? This straight up looks like a motherboard out of a computer, bro. I'm so confused.
I need help. So a couple years ago, I was watching this interview on Gaia with this man who used to work in one of the military bases like Area 51. And he was talking about how the technology in the base is really advanced. And this was in the 80s, like way before like all these things should have been. Like we still don't have these things like in society. Anyways, he was talking about when he first started and he would have to like dissect things that they would give him. So first they would give him like what looked like a fillet of salmon. And then it started to be a whole alien hand, and then a torso, and then full-bodied aliens. And the more and more they started to trust him, they started giving him like more intense things to dissect. So the reason that he quit is because they started giving him warm bodies, meaning they just killed them. He also mentioned that the government was making their own aliens and like 10-foot tall bug people. Anyways, I cannot find this video anywhere. If you know what I'm talking about, please DM it to me. And also, what?